New World was probably one of the most exciting newer MMO project in recent times. This game got a lot of excitement and a lot of hype, and it has some crazy numbers, player numbers, compared to many MMO releases. And I was in love with this game. I played the betas, I played the launch, I put in I think 1,500 hours. I played this game religiously every day. I ran those boring chest runs every single day. I ran 20, 30 dungeons every day to get my accessory watermark up to 600, only to find out that the 600 watermark rings or whatever weren't even added to the game yet. So yes, I played this game a bunch, but I had a love and hate relationship with the game. While I love the concept of uh, the game was just had so many issues and so many bugs. But they tried to save this game many times. They released big updates. In my opinion, they took way too long to release these updates and to release any type of fixes. But they released it and they got chance on chance and on chance, and they just kept every single time just butchering it. But let's talk about New World, because a New World recently and during the summer game thing, they had an announcement, right? And everybody was excited for this announcement because the numbers for New World is absolutely terrible. I think there's like 6,000 max peak players or average players. Like, it's really bad for New World. Like, probably the lowest numbers they have ever seen, and it is not looking good for the game at all. So everybody was expecting a huge announcement. Well, they did have a huge announcement. They only had a huge announcement for certain people, which is the console players. Because the console players are finally getting New World, which is really great. You know, you can now, as a console player, you can check out a full-fledged I would say, around average plus. I mean, it's a really good MMO, but just a lot of issues uh, not a good direction. But as a console player, getting a whole fresh new MMO is great news. You know, what a fantastic announcement. And then, what about for the PC players and the people that will be playing these games since it released? What, like, obviously, because it's only 6,000 players left, obviously they're going to be announcing some great changes, maybe a roadmap with some changes, maybe a new massive update or content or bug fix, anything. There was absolutely, there was like some minor announcement about like a 10-man raid, and that was like it. So these people and the people that played New World, including me, I wanted to actually check out. I was actually hoping, I was like, yo, this game is tanky. They have two options right now. It's to just kill the game, or make a massive big announcement and just save it. But they decided to go for the latter, is announce the console version, and for the PC players, no announcement at all. So overall, it's not looking good for the people that have been playing New World for a long time. It's great for new players that are console players, but for existing players, not really good announcement. And I actually went to Twitch because I wanted to see what our New World players do right now. Because back in my day, when I used to play New World, you know what I did in New World? I did one thing every single day. I used to run OPR. And let's see here. Okay, I'm on Twitch, and let's see. This guy, OPR. This guy is playing OPR. This guy is playing OPR. This guy is playing OPR. This guy's playing OPR. Oh my god, this is OPR, OPR. And let me see, is this the exact same OPR as back then? It is. That's crazy. Because that's like, we used to meme about this back in the day. It's like, every time you watch a New World streams, you only watch OPR. That's all anyone does in the game. And so many years later, it's still the content everybody's doing. So I quit this game after the released mutation. So they released the first mutation dungeons, and I played it, and I got to the, I think, 615 gear or 625. I don't know, I'm not sure. And that's when I quit, because I was tired of it, man. Because the content was super lackluster. It was just the same content over and over again. There's a bunch of bugs and glitches with the game. A lot of classes. They didn't even know how to do class balancing. There was some muskets used to one shot. The ice gauntlet had like a built-in lag system where you used it and you just lagged out the opponent. Like a lot of like engine issues that it never could work out. It never could fix, right? So the game overall became more and more boring. At the end of the day, even though I loved the game a lot, lot. I love like the concept of it. I love the combat style of it, even though the combat is janky and becomes issues. It's a fun style combat, you know, be able to throw your hatchet, do some aiming, you know, like being able to swap between your weapons. I really like that system. I really had fun with the crafting system too in the game, where you had to like roll RNG for your gear, you know, do some gambling. It was a lot of fun. A lot of the farming and grinding in the game was good, but there was a lot of issues with a lot of repetitive stuff. Like if people are still playing OPR on their content in 2024, that means that your game hasn't evolved or anything. It's the same OPR. They haven't even added an OPR map, which is insane to me. So I would guess, I mean, that is one of the big reasons why New World probably isn't doing the good. If the same content people are doing is the exact same content they were doing at the launch of the game. So the game had a bunch of issues, and a lot of people tried to reach out to New World when I was playing back in the day, right, to get some changes. Like this 10-man raid suggestion that they're adding now, we had that already back then, you know, and we had it just about some more arena modes, you know, some other kind of background modes, some other kind of features to the game that would make them more exciting, but they just didn't listen. They didn't care, and they took like 6 months to fix a bug, which just became a bug a week after again. So it was a lot of like issues with the game. You know, people were furious, and right now, like, the game is getting review bombed, because this is what happens when you neglect the players that have been playing your game for so long, and then you're ready to make a huge when the game is doing so bad and you're ready to make a massive announcement, and the announcement is hey, we got no announcement for you guys. We got this console game though. And I think they also changed the New World from an MMORPG to an action RPG. So they have given up on the game, and this is what I see going forward with the game. They're gonna do probably a new announcement because of the backlash they're getting for the PC players, and they're gonna be like, hey, don't worry, PC player, we got you guys, we're making something big for you guys. And then when there's something big comes, huge excitement, the player numbers might jump by 10,000, and then people realize that this was just a way to control the outrage that's happening, and that will be the end for the PC players. At least I don't think this game is gonna be able to be saved. A game never gets as many chances as New World have gotten. They have gotten so many chances to like get players back, get them engaged, get them excited again, and they keep getting that chance. It's not gonna happen again. You know, it's like fool me once, fool me twice. I don't know what they call it, but you can't fool me forever, right? So the future for New World, it's really sad to say, but PC New World is about to come to an end, in my opinion. Place for console, I think the game can run for many years on console. This is what like a lot of like Korean games do, is they release the game in Korea, and when it starts dying, they want to milk the extra money. They release this game to West release, global release. First they release to the C region, and then they release the global version, and then they just milk as much players as possible before it comes to an end. And they also can do this with platforms, right? You start with PC, then you go to console, then maybe we'll get a New World mobile game, and then the game is over. But for PC players, I don't think there is a future anymore with New World. It's really sad to see what they've done with this game, and that they didn't like it. It had so much potential, but I do think there's just too many like problems with the games like this, especially if they're using like a really bad engine. It's just that the core issues with New World are too big to actually do anything about it, right? And I do think even if they keep adding a bunch of cool content that people have been asking for, that I was asking for, and everybody else is asking for, I think the problems that come with all those contents and the issues with all those bugs, all those core problems are just too big for the game to even be enjoyable, even if they listen to the community and add all the stuff and change those things that people are looking for, because I mean, the issues are too big. So overall, you know, I'm super sad about the New World. I really like. I was thinking about playing this game when they were making these announcements of like, yo, we're bringing mounts, we're bringing PvP arena, And every single time I like installed New World, and I was like, should I play? I logged in one time and then I logged out, and I am so happy that I logged out. I'm so happy I didn't get back to this game. And because this was like the hype when they made these updates were massive. They're like, "Yo, you need to check out New World. It's so crazy, everything." And I checked New World today, and people are still running OPR. So I'm really happy I never got back into the game. I'm sure there's some small contents, but it's basically the same thing, right? You run mutation dungeons, do your daily chest runs, and play OPR, and spam the chat to queue OPR. Uh, but that is my opinion about New World. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about New World? What do you think about it as a game? I do think maybe if a different studio had, were the ones working on New World, I think this could have been a really good game, because the concept of it and the idea of it is absolutely fantastic. It's just the execution of it is terrible. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys